Hi, this is Greg again. I'm doing a quick follow-up to the bead roller. It may not be quick, but I'm going to try and make it quick. I got a comment on the previous video about doing some gear reduction, basically with some sprockets to make it so that my stepper motor will be functional to run the thing and not have to spend a whole bunch of extra money on the Eastwood drive kit. It's something I had kind of thought about, but I was thinking about it more towards the speed reduction side rather than the mechanical advantage side. So it's definitely a good mechanical advantage. I did get a much larger sprocket. That was the largest sprocket that they had at Tractor Supply. It works pretty well. It does have a little bit of a torque issue when I'm trying to do just a single pass on a bead roll. So I still have some speed left in the motor, and I've decided that what I'm going to try to do is overcomplicate the process for no real good reason. I have the sprocket that I had initially taken off of the 1-inch shaft to drive the rollers, and I got another sprocket, which again, as things stand at the local Tractor Supply, this was the last biggest one they had. This is a 14 tooth. The stepper motor has a 14 tooth. The shaft now has a 36 tooth on it, and this is an 18 tooth. So to overcomplicate the whole process, I'm going to put these together on a shaft, a little jack shaft, and I'm going to have the stepper motor run the 18 tooth, and then I'm going to have this 14 tooth run the other 36 tooth, and see if that's enough to keep the motor speed up and give me enough extra mechanical advantage that I can just run the thing as is. There's certainly other ways to do it. I could order, the largest I've seen for this number 40 is a 48 tooth. I could just order a 48 tooth. I have to wait a few days, and I don't know. Don't have a really good reason for doing it this way other than I can. So I'm gonna get to it. Just make a couple little adapter shafts. I did get some bearings that the jack shaft can run on, and I'll just have to design up a little gearbox, basically. Knock some stuff out on the plasma table and tack it all together, throw some chains on it, and do a little demo to see whether or not it's actually going to be enough to run this thing. So here goes. All right, so I ended up finishing up the shaft, and I ended up making a bearing housing off camera because my batteries kind of petered out. But this is kind of my thought. I can weld the bearing shaft on the back to the stepper motor bracket, and then I can put a bearing on the front and make a bracket that goes around underneath the chain. Once I do this, the jack shaft is pretty much always going to be part of this system. And if I still need to do some further speed reduction in order to get mechanical advantage, I can swap out this 36 tooth for a 48 tooth. I suspect that at worst that 48 tooth will be what I need. But I'm hopeful that this right here will do the trick for me. So I'm just going to tack the bearing housing in place in the back, bring the front bearing housing part over, and try and make the piece to tie that in. And then I'll shorten my chain, and I should be able to give this a try. So here with my hokey home-built bender, I'm going to bend up the bracket that's going to hold the outer bearing race. Should probably mark this up real quick. I should probably make a cut before bending. On my very old bandsaw. rest assured there will be a hydraulic brake video in the future, because this is just not convenient to use. So if all goes well, I'll be able to notch this out so that the bearing is still accessible and weld it in place, and that should hopefully hold the jack shaft nice and secure. Being that this is 1/4 inch steel, should be pretty rigid, but I might end up putting a gusset on the back just to try to make sure that it doesn't do a lot of flexing. So I'll probably take advantage of my hard-hinge milling machine slash tubing notcher. If I can figure out a good way to grip this. And here. Plug the motor back in. This. Hi. Yes. Good. I was just thinking about it. And now for the moment of truth. With their little jack shaft in. Try and go for almost a full. Let's turn it on first. No skip for the win. Made a full bead. Didn't skip at all. So mechanical advantage works. Jack shaft is enough. I don't have to do any more, and I now have a fully functional bead roller. So I gotta thank the guy who commented on the previous video about doing this, because I was thinking about it the wrong way, and when he made his comment about doing the reduction, it kind of dawned on me that it's a mechanical advantage for this, not a speed reduction. So appreciate that. It's all together, it all works, and I can just start making stuff now. Thanks.